G'day gamers, it's a Saturday night and it's Ybot here, and before we get started, this is a game of attrition as you saw there on the map, Angel City. And why the title is, what is Ybot's favourite animal? Now, just to give you a bit of a background if you don't know who I am, or some of my early subscribers might know that I work in a zoo in Sydney. Now, I can't tell you the exact name, because I will get into trouble if they see this, but I work for a zoo in Sydney, that's all you need to know. And what is my favourite animal? And my favourite animal is, believe it or not, it's an Aussie one, yeah? And bear with me as I do a bit of Latin here, but it is a Phascolarctos cinereus. In case you're wondering what that is, it is the koala, gamers. That is my favourite animal. Now, just to give you a bit of background what my actual job is at this establishment in Sydney. Boom, as I blow up that bloke with the satchel charge. There you go, pal. Thanks for coming. I'm what they call a browse collector. Now, browse is a person like myself who's a qualified horticulturist or tree surgeon, which is what I am. And I drive around Sydney looking for various trees and plants and plantations for koalas, which is what my main part of my job is. And that browse is a term used for food and enrichment. So that means is, as I shoot that dude in the back there, as he's going for a tree to get some browse, not anymore, pal, thanks for coming. The enrichment I'm talking about, gamers, is it gives them a bit of, they've got a basic, most animals in the zoo do have a basic diet, but browse gives them a bit of sense of smell and it's enrichment, so it keeps them entertained. But with the koalas, they eat eucalyptus, and only 10% of eucalyptus, only 10% of all our eucalyptus in Sydney, or in Australia, sorry, should I say, species altogether. So that's quite amazing. And why do I find the koala my favourite animal? Well, it goes like this, gamers. If you understand any horticultural or agricultural background in Australia whatsoever, that basically our soil is shit. It's got bugger all in it. It's not the best. It's not really built for farming. That's a whole other issue in itself. But the whole idea with the koala is that they eat eucalyptus trees. Now, eucalyptus trees don't have much in them as well. There's not much nutrients at all. And the koalas, they just get all their nutrients and moisture, 90% of their moisture, from the eucalyptus tree. And you think, well, that's no big deal, Ybot. Yes, it is, gamers, because there's no other animal in the zoo bar the giraffe, and even then it can't eat too much eucalyptus because it'll be like a cyanide and kill it. The koala's the only one that can eat the eucalyptus, people. That's the only one. It eats it to and fro, loves it, rolls in it, and it's awesome. And, they are an underestimated animal. People say they're boring, they're not very active at all. Mate, I can tell you otherwise. They've got an amazing growling, the males do, which outdo any dog. The females have a pretty strong growling as well. And they've just got a bit of an attitude about them. They are quite active at night time. They are a nocturnal animal. And they are on the threatened species list. And the reason I'm going to just do a little talk here on this video game is what's really close to my heart is they should be more than just on our threatened species list. They should be on our endangered species list. And the reason I personally believe that they're not on the endangered species list is because, well, most of the places where koalas hang out is, believe it or not, gamers, is where people's houses are going to go in. And that's the koala's biggest threat, is people buying new houses, development, human people, and domestic pets. And that's what I'm going to tell you, gamers. That's the only advice I'm going to give you, is if you know you're in a koala area, or you're going for a bushwalk or in a national park, and people do it, and you have your dog is domesticated. Okay, that is an animal bred by humans, put in human capacity. The koala is not. And that's their biggest threat. They do go down on the ground here and there every time, particularly after bushfires, and dogs are the biggest threat. Dogs are even powerful owls when they're young joeys. So, what I'm trying to tell you here, gamers, is if you are walking a dog near a park or bushland, there are koalas or even any native wildlife, put your dog on a leash. Simple as that. And definitely, pick up the shit when they've done it, because it's your responsibility to do so. Yes, you do have a right to own a pet, but you have to be responsible for it. And that is the thing, I can't stress it enough. The other thing I want to state about the koala and why it's my favourite animal is, well, it can jump, it's got attitude, they're quite active. But the other thing that's important, if you live in an area where you do know you've got a lot of koalas, people, and you have a pool, my advice to you, particularly around bushfire time, as I took that dude there, I'm going off in this game, by the way, possessed. My advice to you is you have a piece of rope going into the pool, tied to the fence, because koalas, gamers, their claws don't touch around most of your tiles which you have around your pool. They don't, and their claws will slip and stuff like that, and they can drown. So, particularly after bushfire season, leave some fresh water for them to drink and a rope in there so they can get out. And look, that's basically it. That's all I can say. They're my favourite animal. I have to say, I didn't think much of them until I started working at this establishment that I'm working at now. I have been for over 10 years. And I've grown to love the little buggers. I really have. They're an amazing animal. And I do think they've got a lot of attitude. And they've got a lot going against them. And it's our responsibility, Aussies, to look after these animals. And hopefully one day they can't all just be in captivity. Write to your local member, tell them that you are concerned that they're only on the threatened species list and they should be on the endangered list, and we should do more to protect them. And they do. All these eucalyptus species, gamers, I collect twice a week for these koalas. We have a ridiculous amount of land and plantations for them. One of them's in the jail. And they cost a lot of money to maintain and run, but they are a good bargaining chip for other zoos across the globe. So if we want 4 elephants, we can give away 2 koalas. It's not, that's a very basic term of it, gamers, but that's basically how it sort of works in zoos. So there you go, that's Ybots' favourite animal. Now, you're probably wondering my voice sounds a little bit different. It's because I'm using a different microphone, gamers. I'm mixing things up a bit here, I'm swapping things around, I'm trying new things out to do better with my recording and so forth. And I'm using a blue snowball. So tell me what you think. Tell me if you like the new controller. The new microphone. I'm thinking of buying one. I just looked at a whole new controller, different enough story. But tell me if you like this microphone and let me know. And look, I'm still on 99 subs. Yep. Still 99 subs. So I'm reaching out to everybody, hence why I'm doing a bit of Titanfall. I'm with the Titanfall group, which is on Facebook. Yes, it started up by an Australian lady in Canberra. They're over 2,000 members now, I think, gamers. 2,000 members. Some great YouTubers on there. People from all walk of life. It's got a bit of oomph and it's got a good attitude. So that's why I'm doing a lot of Titanfall stuff. But I'm loving Titanfall. But a bit of news for you, gamers. I've got it on the 360. That's right, I've got it on the 360, and I'm going to do a comparison video, and I'm going to play on the 360 because, well, a lot of my old mates are still back on the 360, and, you know, apparently it's one of the best ports ever. One guy said, the Titanfall Legends on YouTube said it's one of the best ports ever he's ever seen. Gone from PC or a powerful system down to console. So, there you go. There you go. My favourite animal is the koala, and it's not a bear, by the way. It's far from it. So, look after our native animals, gamers, do. And if you are a subscriber in England, find out where your local animal is to your area and do your best to protect it, or send to your local member. And, you know, and politician, write them a letter. Tell them what you think. It is important, gamers. It is absolutely important. So, as you can see here, I'll get 9-1 all up, gamers. And this is the game I did, I think it was Friday night, later Friday night. I was in a pretty mood. Look at this thing. Boom. I'm still on Generation 4. And I'm going to try and get to Generation 5 by Sunday night. Hopefully tomorrow night, or when you see this, probably Monday morning, you'll hopefully see a 360 video version of Titanfall, but I'll be back on Gears of War 3, Black Ops 2 and several other games here and there. So tell me what you think. Tell me what your favourite animal, native animal, is in Australia. A lot of people say the kangaroo. I mean, that's a bang up animal in itself. Oh, the other misconception is eucalyptus does not make the koala stone. It does not. There's no proven theory for it. They're a nocturnal animal, so when you see them during the day, they're conserving their energy. That's right, heat and energy, and they don't get much from the eucalyptus leaves. And when they do chew, they put a lot of energy into climbing and chewing the eucalyptus leaves. They constantly chew, they don't talk. So if you grab a piece of meat and you just chew on it, non-stop with your jaw, grinding it down, because it's quite a tough thing to eat, it's going to wear you out and make you a bit dopey as well. So that's another common misconception about koalas. It's never been proven that it gets them off their face, but that's just another thing that Aussies would like to say, because, I don't know, we like to think they're off their face. And they're only mainly on the east coast and down to Victoria and places like that. And there is a difference in how much they eat from the ones in Victoria to the ones up in Queensland to the ones in New South Wales. Their diet does differ quite a fair bit, but I don't want to bore you with that. And I do think it's amazing how so many different thousands different species of eucalyptus only 10%. So look after your koala, look after your quokka and other native animals, gamers. Frag and tag, keep it positive, be good to those that own you. And remember, I'll catch you mofos on the battlefield. And Ybots' final score is 9-4-7-1. Loving Titanfall, going off like 2 frogs and half a sock. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me the highlight, tell me off if you want to. Woohoo!